Welcome back. All right, so collection video time. Starting off today with the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers, not a huge portion of the collection because the Edmonton Oilers have gone back and forth between basically very similar designs. So I didn't want to have a bunch of redundant ones to show to people. So their current look, of course, is one that harkens back to the 80s, and it's one that they'll always circle back to. So this is your home and away Oilers. It is virtually identical to what they were in the 80s. And again, this is the style that there's really not much point in them ever changing them again because they're just going to go back. It's just going to happen. They're just going to keep going back, so there's no point. Now, they did actually mess around with their look a bit in the 90s. And I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. I know it may seem like sacrilege to Oiler fans, but I love these jerseys. I think they're fantastic. I even like the red circle around the Oilers logo itself. Yep. I think it's really nicely done. I would love to see them bring these back. I always thought too that the shoulders were a lot of fun, and that's on both the home and the away. I always thought that was really kind of a fun thing, which has your 4 dots there. So that'll be, there should be 5. There's a 5th in there. Yeah, there's a 5th in there somewhere. It's actually right in behind here, so there is 5. Just one of them's kind of obscured to mean they're 5 Stanley Cups, right? But yeah, I've always liked this design, and I know there's Oiler fans that would never want to see that one come back. What I remember with that look is the late 90s when they were underdogs in the playoffs, and they did quite well as underdogs. So during that era as well, they of course had this one here. McFarlane designed this. It's very nice. It's a design that was kind of divisive at the time in that it looked very similar to the LA Kings look. Outside of the fact this is blue instead of black, as was the case with the LA Kings. I'm talking about like the Raiders colors they used. But I didn't mind this one, and I like this logo on the shoulder. So yeah, I think that's a solid jersey, and it was something different. It was something completely different. So when you're designing something for a team, designing something completely different, I think is kind of the right way to go. Now, the era after that, and we're into the Reeboks now, towards the end, so the home and away version, quite boring actually. You don't get stripes on the bottom. The stripes go halfway around. This is a Sheldon Surrey for anybody wondering. I got this one from Full Moon Jerseys. But again, you still got the red outline around the logo, but you could see that this was coming to an end. It wasn't very long before they decided we're gonna change things up. Now, also during the Reebok era, they had this throwback to their AHL jerseys. You know what? I like this. I do. I think this is nice. Now, this is a Taylor Hall. When the channel was starting out, I got this one after he was traded to New Jersey for, I want to say, $30 from Lids. So it was a cheap jersey. And I really liked it. I like what they did with the neckline. I thought it was really sharp. And then, of course, they decided, hey, so the orange ones are pretty popular. Let's double down on the orange. So this happened. It was I think, a mistake. I think the fact they've gone back to the blue jerseys and back to the old colors would show that they know it was a mistake. Also, the fact that these jerseys were on sale quite often, telling you they weren't moving. So, I know there were Oiler fans that were a big fan of the orange ones initially, but it does feel like going back to blue was the right move. This one, of course, is a Connor McDavid. I have, I think, 2 different Connor McDavid jerseys. So, yeah, I do like these. I think and it's a shame we never saw an Edmonton Oilers jersey with this color of blue as the primary. I think it would have looked nice. And in my collection, I have proof that it would have looked nice because the Bakersfield Condors did exactly that. And in fact, it does look pretty sharp. Condors, I like the logo quite a bit. The secondary logo on the shoulder is not bad either. And on the AHL store, which is where I got this, of course, AHL store, they have the 3rd jersey where that's on the front. I never bought it because how many Condors jerseys do I need? Not more than one in this case. But yeah, so I do have the AHL, the Bakersfield Condors, and of course it's the CCM, and again, I got it from the AHL store. But this shows you what they could have done with an Oilers jersey if they had done blue as the primary color. and that being the same color of blue that they were wearing at that point. Now, of course, this is their current third jersey. I'm not a big fan, but it seems like a lot of Oiler fans are, and that's what matters. As long as these jerseys sell, they'll keep making them. Of course, this is a Leon Draisaitl. It's a jersey that's different. I will say that. I talk a lot about copycats. I can't say this is a copycat of another jersey or color scheme. It is definitely different. And of course, this is the same color blue that I was mentioning Bakersfield has. Just, I don't understand why they couldn't do it normal. Like, if there was white in here instead of the blue, it feels like the NHL and Adidas have been trying to do like the color rush jerseys in the National Football League. And I don't know that that's going to work in hockey. Honestly, I don't know that it worked in the NFL. A lot of those color rush jerseys were just ugly. All right, so we rounded out with the reverse retros. I like this. So I do. I think this was actually nice. I think this would have been okay, actually, as a road jersey for the team. This one, they do actually reverse things. And here's the other reverse retro, which is actually really sharp as well. They add the orange to it. They did change some of the coloring. But they bring back that gear jersey, and I really do like it quite a bit. So you can see they're both blanks because they're reverse retros, and in general, that's what I do with the reverse retros. They tend to be pretty pricey. So yeah, obviously I have both, and of the two, this one would have been fun as a third, but I'd be very surprised if somehow the gear jersey doesn't end up becoming part of their regular entries, just because this is a popular design. And with jerseys, it's all about sales. Merch, it's all about sales. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.